Hey guys, so today is a little bit of a different video for my channel. I've really been looking into organization and storage for my makeup. I really don't have any sort of good system for that, and I know that they sell acrylic containers for like powders and lipsticks and stuff like that on Amazon, but those are kind of expensive. So I was just kind of looking around, doing some research on Pinterest and trying to find, if anyone had any better alternatives for that, and I found this DIY on this lipstick container, and I thought it was really, really cool. Mine's a little bit janky. I think, I don't know, I should have spent more time on it. But it still definitely works. I'm still going to use it. I might try and do it again just to see how my second one comes out. But I thought this was really, really cool. It was super inexpensive and it's a great alternative. I just used an old BoxyCharm box and some foam board. And yeah, that's it. Super, super easy, you guys. I'm also thinking about making one for my lip glosses and liquid lipsticks, one that's a little bit taller. I don't know if I'll do a DIY on that, but if you guys are interested in that, maybe I will. You could use this for your lip gloss and stuff that they just feel a little awkwardly tall. So yeah, if you guys want to see how to make this lipstick container, then just keep watching. Bye guys. Hey guys, so to start out, I'll just go over what you will need. So you'll need an X-Acto knife, some sort of measuring device. A ruler would probably work better, but I scavenged my house and I could not find a ruler, so I just used this and it worked fine. Some scissors, a pen, a piece of paper, some foam board. These come in like really big sheets. You can find them at like Walmart or Target. And then you will need a box. I am using an old BoxyCharm box. So yeah, but any box this size will do. So first, you're gonna start off by, if your box has a lid like this, you're gonna start off by cutting that off. Okay, so now that you have the top cut off, I did see where people decorated like the outside and inside of their box. Feel free to do that if you want. I'm just going to be plain and boring and keep mine like this. If I were to do anything to it, I would probably just put black on the inside so it all matches, but I think that you won't be able to see it too much once you get the foam board in there. So I'm just going to leave mine just like this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure your box. So my box is about 7.5 by 5 1/4, and it is 2 inches tall. So what I did was I cut out the foam board 7.5 by 2 inches tall, and then I cut out a second set of foam board that was 5 1/4 by 2 inches tall, and I just did 4 of each. I'm not exactly sure how many I'll need, but if I need to cut out some more, I can do that. So next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut out a 1 inch long piece of paper. The height doesn't really matter. You just need the thickness. I measured a lipstick. Hey guys, sorry I had to switch to a voiceover, but like I was saying, I measured a lipstick and I think that a 1 inch width is going to be a good size square for the lipstick to sit into. So what you're just going to do is you're going to place that piece of paper touching one side of your box, and you're just going to mark where that 1 inch square ends. Sorry, I should use a different color piece of paper so you could kind of see what I was doing a little bit better, but I am just marking the edge of that piece of paper so it gives me a 1 inch thick line in the bottom of my box, and then I am just going to continue to do that over the bottom of my box, so I have little columns that are 1 inch wide. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the box over and do the exact same thing going the opposite way on the box. So it's going to create a grid in the bottom of your box with 1 inch squares. So this is what one row should look like, and essentially each of those squares is where one lipstick is going to go. And then what you're just going to do is you're going to finish off the bottom of the box by doing the exact same thing over the whole bottom side of your box. So here is what your finished bottom of the box should look like, a nice grid like so. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take your foam board that you already cut out and place it inside your box, and then you are going to line it up with one of the lines, and you're going to take your pen and you're going to mark every time the line going the opposite way, like there, hits your foam board, and you're going to mark each time that happens on your foam board. So essentially you should have 1-inch increments on your foam board as well. Then you are going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side of your box with the smaller foam board. You are going to line it up with one of the lines and then mark every time one of those lines going the opposite way intersects on your foam board. And once you have one of each size marked, you can just take that and mark the rest of your foam board because they are all going to be the same. So here is what they should look like. You should have one little marks on the edge of your foam board. And this is the part that's a little bit tedious. You're going to take your X-Acto knife, and then I'm going to set it on top of a piece of cardboard so that the knife doesn't go through and scratch the table. And you're just going to cut on each side of that little mark, and you're going to cut out a little niche. Now, the first time I did this, I realized that my little niche is way too small, and so you'll see me later in the video kind of go through and make a much bigger little niche, and I'll explain that when it gets there. But you're just gonna go on each side of that little pen mark and create that little divot in your foam board right there. So here I am just sliding the pieces together and seeing how they intersect, and trying to figure out exactly how deep I want my little divot to be. So once I try and intersect them and I realize that I need to cut a little bit more, I will just take them apart and cut off a little bit more like I am doing right here. So this is exactly how you want it to look. You want both sides to measure up right close to each other. You don't want one board to be sticking up farther than the other board. So once I have one measured out and I know that it fits good, I can use that as my guide and just do the rest that tall. Okay, so here is what they all look like finished with all the divots cut out. So now what you're going to do is you're going to begin to just place them all together. I'm looking at the prettiest side because I want that side to be facing upward. I don't want a bunch of jagged edges you know, on the top part of my box. So I am just beginning to intersect them all and create my little grid. So once you have them all together, it should look something like this, and then you can just slide it into your box. I do end up going back and kind of trimming some of the edges a little bit because you can see that it is some of the foam board is a little bit too long for my box. But essentially that is what it should look like.